So, hello and welcome to another episode of Coffee with SamPaul. Today, we're chatting with someone who is actually a bit of an idol to me in a sense. I've been in the hip hop scene for quite a while, and I don't remember a day when the Resin Dogs were not part of that life. Um, we're talking actually to the Deejaye Katch. How you going, Deejaye Katch?
I'm great, thanks. How you been?
Yeah, good, thank you, man. Good. Just doing the usual not 9 to 5, but working, making music, being a father, that kind of shit.
Yeah, man. I just jumped off a 12-hour shift in
Oh,
resi care with kids.
oh, well, thank you so much for jumping on and having a chat with us, man. Like it's an absolute honor to have you on the show, and it's exciting to know you guys have dropped a new single, well, new release, I suppose you could say, because I think it's got a
Yeah, new release.
yeah,
It's a big story to the track. Technically, well, we started on it, 2010, we were in the UK on
yeah,
tour.
wow. Yep.
And while we're over, like, picking up sounds and stuff like that, Dave and a couple of guys, one of the keyboard players, just, we had to store our gear at the place we're staying, and instead of Dave running around town and stuff, he just pulled out the keyboard and wanted to get with the sounds. And we've been like feeling some of the grime stuff at the time. So he was writing the beats and stuff like that. And me and Ab were hanging out. We were living in another place because we were staying at friends.
Yeah.
Dave's like, "Oh, we got this beat," and we heard it, and then somehow, do you know Joseph Styles?
Yeah, I know the name. Yeah.
She used to do a lot of PR and stuff for like hip 3D magazine, and I think Stealth, and she worked for a distro company as well. She knew Ab from Foreign Beggars.
Okay.
So we linked up with them. Me and Ab went down to the studio and down in East London, and connected with them and started working on the track like that. And it was at the time it was Ab Rude, Pavan, and I think he's Officer Volgatron or something. Some sort of name. Anyway, they're on the track.
Yeah.
It was killer, man. Just killer at the time. We'd come back and we'd sat on it for a while after touring. And I don't know what happened. I think we had a few hard drive crashes and stuff as well. So we recovered it. And then we were like, oh yeah, let's work on this stuff, because we're working on a new record, thinking, oh yeah, let's do a posse track. So then we called up Triple Nip from Byron Bay, because he's local and he's just killed on that double and triple time sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the feel of the song. Then, of course, I called up Dielectrics, and then we like approached Tom Thumb as well.
Yeah.
And Dave had this idea. He approached Tom Thumb about like, "What can you recreate the beatboxing?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I thought it was just going to be beatboxing. I've totally forgot that Tom's off the tap when he comes to beatboxing.
Yeah.
So he recreated, like, I believe the first part of the track is the beats with Dave, and then I think when Tom comes in, it's like when the beat transform, and then that's all Tom Thumb, but Dave chopped it up and put it all together. And we'd worked on it off and on and sat on it for ages. And then like last year, Ab was like, "What are you gonna fucking do with this track, man? Fucking, you guys always sit on shit," like fully blasting us.
Yeah.
Which is good. He lights a fire under us, because he's like, "Man, we just got so much music that's not out." And we're like,
Yeah.
So we Dave jumped back on board and put it together, and we decided to put it out, and that's what you got. And
Yeah.
we had to take unfortunately we had to take the Foreign Beggars off, because at the time they moved into a different sort of sound. And the label that they were on, the label head or whatever, they said, "We are not letting them put that track out. It is too old. They're not doing it." But then, like, when Pav came out and did Stereosonic, when they're doing some stuff, he was rapping the song.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Crazy shit,
but
man.
yeah, no, and yeah, so we released it, and yeah, that's what we
Hey,
got.
I think the foreign beggars have missed out, bro, because honestly, that shit, it might be, so many years old, but to me, listening to it, it just sounds as fresh as shit. Like it's
Oh,
kind of got that old school
yeah.
kind of vibe, but it's also kind of just fresh. And like you got
Mm.
Dielectrics and Tom Thumb, two other like hip hop heavyweights, in my opinion. They're like so good what they do.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. By
Mate?
far, hands down,
Yeah.
dude. Dielectrics is one of my favorites, and Tom, he's
Yes.
just that dude just oozes hip hop. Not only is he a beatboxer, he can fucking sing.
Yeah.
Met him when he was a break dancer, a real
Oh
young
wow, I
kid. I
didn't know
remember
that. Yeah,
we
wow.
snuck him into when Grandmaster Flash toured. He was just underage. We snuck him in to perform at a concert at the Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, graffiti breakdancer, fucking beat maker.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he could. Well, he DJs with his mouth, so he's like Mr. Element.
That's
He's
insane.
just insane, dude. That dude is just insane.
But we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's right. I know it's easy to get.
No. I just, I just admire what they do. It's so good.
Yeah,
So
100%,
good.
man. Um, yeah, so I was doing a bit of reading, like, to kind of, just brush up on, you guys and what you've been doing and stuff. And like, honestly, your resume, so to speak, reads like unbelievable. I mean, you guys have toured with the Beastie Boys, the Black Eyed Peas, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, just to name a few. And you've won numerous like dance music awards, I believe, as well.
Yep.
Collaborated with Abstract Root, as you have on this track, as well as Farside and Spiky T. How does it feel? Like,
AC Alone, Micah 9,
hey,
what is it? Maestro,
yeah. Oh shit,
uh,
Maestro, bro.
SR, Young Gun. Fuck,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
heaps. Our first album, Grand Theft Audio. Not many people know about this, but Robert Reed, the keyboard player from Trouble Funk, came down and recorded that album back in 2000 with us.
Oh wow. Yeah, wow.
So, like, technically the second most sampled group on the planet.
Yeah,
And this
yeah,
dude comes down because he heard our A&R guy played him. It's
yeah,
a funny story. Our A&R guy played him our stuff.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's into it. So I get this phone call one day, and this dude goes, "Yo, what up, Katch? This is Robert Reed from Trouble Funk." I'm like, I thought someone was taking a piss. I hung up. Get a phone call from an A&R guy going, "Dude, you just hung up from Robert Reed from Trouble Funk." I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm so sorry, dude. Dudes prank me all the time." So he
Yeah,
calls back. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I haven't heard this shit so funky since us." I'm like, "Nah, man, you're kidding me." He's like, "Nah, man, we should work together." It's like, "Well, come down and record the album." So
yeah,
he came down and we recorded it in the hills in Byron Bay. He's all over Grand Theft Audio.
yeah.
He vocalized all the vocal samples and stuff,
Yep, yep.
played stuff, got our percussion. Also, really pushed our live aspect of the band as well. He's like,
Yeah,
"You've got
nice.
to connect with the audience, the
Yeah,
eyes, and what we're doing." But he was totally into it, to the point where, like, he goes, "Man, I love this shit." And it's like, "Well, we just got Big Day Out. How about you do a tour with us?" So he came and played keys in the band with us as well.
oh wow, wow, that's
It
nuts.
was just like working. I'm like sitting there, we're doing stuff in the studio, and he stories for days, and he talk about like some rapper, and he turn around, points at me, and go, I'm like, "Oh, Curtis Blow?" He's like, "Yeah, Curtis Blow. We did this." It's just like
Oh,
amazing, dude, man.
that is
Fucking
so
God
cool.
bless your soul, man. Rest in peace. It was just surreal, and like
Yeah,
one of those things under the radar that we never really got to talk about to many people, which is, Mr. Pump me up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that shit still blows me away, man.
Yeah, no
You know?
doubt, man. That's crazy shit. Crazy shit. Bloody hell. Um, I have to ask you. You mentioned before you guys are working on a new album. Is that correct?
Oh, bit by bit.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like, Dave's always doing stuff. I'm sort of in between the business side of things with the label and the band, and
Yeah,
finding. Well, he finds artists, but I sort of connect the dots a lot,
yeah,
bringing people into play. Um, I'm just about resetting up my studio gig because all my stuff just outdated. It just went I was sitting on Pro Tools 8 for like
Oh,
20 years, man. With 15K of plugins, and it decided to go
yeah,
and not
well,
work anymore. It just got to the point where it just didn't want to go.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so yeah, no, I have to start again. I had a friend set me up with another Pro Tools rig on 10, but I can't record into it, so I'm setting up an Ableton setup and stuff. And
Okay. Ableton,
hopefully by next week I'll be back up and working on stuff again.
yeah.
So it's been a bit. Had to borrow a mate's laptop just to do the mix I did for Allergies podcast,
Yeah,
which
wow.
was fun. Borrowing gear again, that's like me in the 90s to do shit.
Imagine that, dragging like a tape recording device from your place to someone else just so you can record some tracks.
Oh yeah, we did that. We used to like beg, borrow, and basically steal gear to
Yeah,
set
yeah,
up the studio. Borrow people's DAT players and
yeah,
hard disk recorders and that, because I've got a reel-to-reel 8-track sitting up the top there.
yeah, nice.
That yeah, we just did what we could, and that's what I still do. Like do with what we could. I'd try to do the best I can with
Yeah.
the cheapest if I can. You could have the best studio and that, but if you haven't got the ideas, then
Yeah,
it's not
100%,
it's what you do with it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree. And I reckon sometimes when you've got like older or outdated sort of stuff or cheaper stuff, it kind of forces you to think outside the box to make what you want to happen, sort of thing. Whereas it can get easy, not easy, but easier, I suppose, when you've got everything at your disposal.
Like Grand Theft Audio was done with a SB12 and a 950, so that's like 8 seconds and 12 seconds, and both in 12-bit.
Yeah, right.
Well, our part of the Grand Theft Audio, and I think Jeff did. He had a ESI 64, which was 32-bit, which was the fucking duck's nuts back then. And Chris had a fucking a Roland SD50 sampler and a little, remember those MacBooks, the ones that look like the little computer screen with the rectangle tower looking thing, with the screen in the top, and so he had one of them. So like rocking up to doing that record compared to now, and you just plug in your computer and you can fucking record for 5 hours.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy,
whatever, until your hard drive crashes or run out of space.
Yeah, I'm always backing shit up, man. Multiple hard drives everywhere, backing shit up. Because I don't think there's a producer out there that recording a person out there that hasn't lost something on a hard drive at some point.
Oh man, I don't even want to go there.
No.
I don't want to go there.
No, I feel that, bro. I feel that. And you guys have got a few gigs, I believe, coming up. Is that right?
We just finished our last gig for the moment. I mean,
okay. I guess it was a while ago we first started chatting about this. So.
Yeah, we'd just come out of doing stuff. I mean, like we finished off the year with Woodford, and then we just had a few spot gigs.
Oh yeah.
It's hard because like we're a 10-piece band now.
Yeah, right.
As well.
That's
so like nice. We've expanded, and it's just, I don't know why, but it's just like the only thing we need to do is add a guitarist, which we do have, but it's just like so big it makes it hard for us to tour. People like, come to Sydney, come to Melbourne, come to Adelaide, come to Perth, and it's like, fuck yeah, man, we'd love to, but in this day and age of climbing and money and touring and costs, it's just ridiculous. We'd love to, man, fucking, and like we're not getting picked for festivals because we're not the flavor of the month, and we don't crunch the numbers like they all think, and, you could have 100,000 followers, but I've seen that, and like 30 people show up to a fucking stage.
Yeah, no, I know. I think
the reality of it.
The online popularity is can be a little bit misleading. I've seen the same thing in Adelaide. Seen dudes have got like the numbers on the page, but then you go to their gigs and they get 2 people, and one of them's their mum. Like it's
but see, that's the thing, and that's the other thing with being online. You can be anything, man. Yeah, you can be a mug, but if you got fucking know how to set that shit up, your shit's going to look good. People are going to come there. You know what I mean? So it's just, it is like that matrix, that false reality of things. False numbers, false identities, fake accounts, fucking, it's all that shit navigating.
Yeah.
Scammers, bots,
Oh god, yeah. Don't forget
like monkeys.
the widowed army officers, you know, from back, you know, they're widowed and they're like trying to friend you on Facebook and shit.
Oh man, I
Have you seen them ones?
haven't seen that lot yet, but yeah, I'm sure now we talked about it, it's going to pop up on my algorithm.
Oh god, yeah. Don't even get me started on what you say out loud and it pops up. Hey, like, yeah, it's crazy what happens on your phone. You know. I feel like McDonald's, and all of a sudden McDonald's ads just streaming on your phone. You know, like it's.
Oh, dude, I was trying to cancel this. What is it? This Latitude Visa card because I had it for so long. They decided to charge me fees.
Yeah.
So I'm trying online to fucking cancel it. Right? Next minute, my whole fucking Facebook feed's full of Latitude fucking advertising and shit. It's like, this is why I want to get rid of it, man. And like, you can't find shit online.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's no number you can call and go, hey, I want to stop it. It's like,
I've noticed
find this, and the site crashes or goes down or makes it hard.
Yeah.
Too many clicks. Anyway, enough of that. Back to the music.
Oh god. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we've pretty much covered everything I was hoping to cover. Unless there's anything you wanted to share, like you know, like you got coming up, or
Oh yeah, it's always like the stuff with the Take Things label as well.
Yep.
You know, we've just dropped our 5th release probably a week after all the Resin Dog stuff.
Yep.
So doing that, we're always working on stuff for that. I think we might be cruising down to Melbourne in December, stuff like that.
Yep. Actually, there was one.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one thing that popped up. I just remembered. Earlier on, we were talking about, you know, obviously got a big 10-piece band. I think you said.
Yeah.
Would you ever, or have you ever considered doing one of those like sort of streaming shows? You know, like I know in Adelaide there was a venue here that had all the cameras set up, and you could, for a fee, you could go in there and have a professional production, but stream it.
Funny you should talk about that, because that's been on my back burner in my mind for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Where we got this venue here called the Powerhouse.
Yep.
And I'd like to do like a matinee show and an evening show, because it's you know, one of those. Do something like that, setting up cameras with the full band, bringing in some guests, maybe, you know, flying in AB, and bringing up a couple of good locals and stuff, because like we worked with Emfar and Dielectrics and How, and you know, all those crew, and that maybe even bring Death Wish Cast up and do like the tracks that we did for their album. But something like that, and record it or live stream it, or
both.
Have it set up and have a thing where you go and, you know, you pay your $20 or whatever, and you can watch the live stream or recorded version of it. So yeah, there's that in mind. It's just planning. I've been connecting with a few people. It's like, you know, you just got to time it well, and the band's pretty solid, so it'd be, you know, it'd be good. I think it'd be a good thing to do in that sort of theatre aspect.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely keep my eyes peeled, man, because I'd be keen to check that out if you get to do it.
It'd probably be the way I know it'd be hard, like, instead of going there and touring, but if that's one of the options that we can do, and create that sort of event, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's it. And I guess, you know, I don't know the cost, but I'm thinking the overheads would probably be a hell of a lot cheaper than you know, touring the whole band. So you could keep the cost of it, like you're saying, $20 or something. Whereas, you know, normally you go to a gig these days from an interstate artist.
Yeah, if we brought the band, man, I can't see it being under $50.
Yeah, exactly.
You got, you know,
rightly so, though.
Just say one-way flights, $350. There's $3,500 already. So that there and back, that's $7. Depends where you go. And I'm just saying maybe Melbourne or Sydney. You're not talking Adelaide. Then you got to put them up somewhere, right?
Exactly.
They're not cheap.
Go back to the old school, sleep on couches now.
Then you got to put them in the car, so that's 3 cars at least, because you got to have a tour manager, a merch person as well, that we can find in Melbourne, which is good. Backline gear, venue hire. Got to eat.
Oh, so many
those sort of things.
So yeah, so it's definitely would be a good way forward. Like you know, especially kind of given the all those expenses you mentioned, to
Yeah,
get a live
but if
performance.
we can do it, like if
Yeah,
we can get on a good festival on, see, like Big Day Out and all those sort of festivals, that was awesome because you could jump
yeah.
on that and do. And we used to do like, oh, you can't do Resin Dog sideshow, so me and David do the Two Dogs band, or we'd go DJ as Two Dogs,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was it.
That's the
Or
way around.
DJ as Catch somewhere, so just to get away and do that sort of thing,
Yeah, yeah. That's cool, man.
make it worthwhile.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
no worries.
much for taking the time to have a chat. Love the new old single. It's friggin' dope. I hope I get to see it live one day.
Yeah.
But thanks again, DJ Katch. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. And probably I consider one of the best, technically, posse tracks in the country. And we've got another one coming. There's
Oh,
another one
nice.
coming.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Keep my eyes open for that.
yeah, we're just nutting out the artwork and
Yeah.
song title because everyone's got different opinions,
Okay.
as you do. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people. A
Yeah,
lot of people go, "Oh, we can just do that." I was like, "Yeah, just let me deal with it."
yeah, yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you so much again, and you have a good night, and
You
hopefully we'll
too.
speak again soon.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Easy, bro.